Okay, today we're going to 35 acres in Rancho Escondido, and we're sitting in Weston, Colorado at the general store and post office. And if you head back that way, which is east, you're on Highway 12 and you're headed back to Trinidad, about 18 miles. Rancho Escondido, this tract is probably about 35 minutes, 40 minutes to town, and you're only 10-15 minutes to the mountain lakes and the national forest that's up there in the mountains. That's the Sangre de Cristo range you're seeing in the background there. And Stonewall, little town, little fishing village of Stonewall with a restaurant, and fishing tackle supply store, and Monument Lake and North Lake are just up the road from Stonewall. Rancho Escondido entrance is only about 2 miles west of Weston, Colorado, so it's about 20 miles west on out of Trinidad. And then you've got a short drive to Stonewall from the entrance further west on Highway 12, which will take you over eventually Cachar Pass and back down into La Vida and Highway 160, where you can take a left on 160 and go to Alamosa, Pagosa, Durango, or you can take a right and go to Walsenburg and I-25. The Sangre de Cristos up there have the mountain lakes, North Lake and Monument, just a short distance from this property, and also the national forest. So I'll be taking clips as we're driving up and flying my drone on the over the property. I don't know if we can see it through here, but the Purgatory River is running along our left side right here. And as we're approaching the ranch entrance, right up here on our left again, will be one of the entrances to 30,000 acres of the Bosque del Oso wildlife area. It has some of the best hunting in the whole state, and you can camp and do things like that in there as well. But this is one of the entrances. It's going to be a total of about 7 miles from Weston to the property, this 35-acre tract, and we're going to be taking a right here, and you can see the mailboxes for the ranch along the road, Highway 12. You can continue that way west, and you'll be at Stonewall, and then heading over Cachar Pass by the mountain lakes. We just came off of Highway 12. We've got about 5 miles to go to this track, and here in just a little bit the pavement will end, and access to this track is year-round. The maintenance, road maintenance and snow plowing is taken care of by the ranch itself, which has low dues, and covenants aren't much more than county regulations. It has a good community. This tract is about one of the most usable tracks I've seen in 21 years, especially for the hills, what I call the hills, the foothills. And most 35, 40 acre tracks only have about an acre to maybe 5 acres that you can use. This one, the upper bench level area, you can use all of it, and it has a really nice valley, grass valley down below that's nice and big, that wildlife really like, especially at this up in these elevations, which is about 7,500 to 8,000 feet. Okay, we've come about 2.5 miles off of Highway 12, and all these little cabins in here, they're a part of an old Boy Scout ranch that's now for recreation and people bringing their RVs and staying and doing things in the area. I believe they have opened a restaurant in the old restaurant building there too. At about 3 miles, you come to another sign that says Rancho Escondido, but you can't see it through my window. You want to stay right. We're just leaving the bottom. I just wanted to show little clips driving up. This tract has, most of these tracts have hardline phone even along the road, the ranch road. If this one doesn't, it'll be close by. And then there's power along all the roads in the ranch. And you have trash bins. As you're driving up the road, you get to see the Sangres again. And I don't have it zoomed in. I did earlier when we were coming up Highway 12. I had my camera zoomed in, and it showed almost how big the mountains look when you're actually here in person. Okay, at about 4 miles, you come to this juncture, and there's an old ranch sign right here that shows the maps. That shows a map of all the roads in the ranch. We're going to be taking a left on North Ridge Road and going to Rancho Escondido Lot 33C. And I can see they moved the dumpsters up here, so you don't have to drive to the bottom of the canyon to deposit your trash. We just left the dumpsters and the ranch map is there. You can't really see the roads on there anymore. It's a little old. But you see the West Spanish Peaks. We're just looking at that. You see the Sangres poking up back in the background. Okay, after we've only gone about a half mile past the sign, the ranch sign with the roads and the dumpsters, and we're going to take a left onto Timber Valley Road, and you're going to see the Sangre de Cristo's big time in the background, and my camera does not do them justice. They're definitely bigger than that. This is beautiful. So you got, that's National Forest up there, and you've got all the mountain lakes up there as well. And you can see the West Spanish Peak poking up over the hill right there. We're going to see what kind of views this property has when we get there. This is really pretty up here. Keep staring at the Sangres when I'm driving. I'm going to stay on the road. Okay, we've got to Mountain Meadow Drive, and we're taking a right onto it. And the other road we were on from the last term, I forgot what it's called, Tall Timber Trace or something, continues on that direction. Okay, we're standing on Mountain Meadow Drive, Tall Timber Trace, wherever road it was that we took our last turn, left-hand turn on, is right back there. So we're only about, I guess, about 2 miles from the sign, and then a total of about 7-8 miles from Highway 12. And get here, and you see right here, you see this property corner too, the first one we come to, which would be the furthest north. North is this direction. So this, I'll just call this on the map the furthest northern property corner along the road. And Rancho Escondido has really well marked property corners. You see the 33 there. So at that angle, looking about like that, going down. So this property line is going to go all the way down the valley and way down on the other side. And I wanted to catch this end of the property because this end of the property is where it would be real feasible to put a road somewhere here and then down into here to get to these. See it down here and get down into the valleys. Anyway, down in the valley down below, we got some really neat rock formations over down here I want to go take a look at. And then I'm going to drive into everything this direction to the south is the property. Then I'm going to drive into the property on an old, what looks like an old driveway and site that's basically right in the center of the property. Rancho Escondido at this elevation, anywhere in this area when you're at about 8,000 feet, 7,500 to 8,000, you have these really neat hoodoos and rock sandstone formations. That's really cool. And the rock face that overlooks the valley down below, sandstone formations as well. So you can see how you come from here and you can make a road down in here down to your valley down below. I'm not going to hike down there. I'm going to fly my drone down low so you can see it really well. So we're gonna drive to the opposite end, to the southernmost boundary corner along the road, and then we're gonna come back to the old driveway and camping RV house site, cabin site. Okay, we've come to the very southern. We started here for the first pin, and then we came all the way down to the cul-de-sac dead end to the very southern property corner pin. So everything over here is a part of the property. This is going back up north. Okay, we're just leaving the very southern property corner pin that's right back there. I'm going to be showing you how level it is. It just gently drops off down to the canyon edge that overlooks the valley down below. We're going to be coming up to the remnants of a very old driveway and be able to get to a nice little open spot for camping or an RV or building something. And you have great Sangre de Cristo views from this property. Nice sandstone formations. You see the sangres through the trees here. We'll be able to see them better here in a second. Oh, I just passed the driveway. Okay, I walked up the hill a little bit. I flagged right at that power pole, which is perfect. One power pole down to that site if you wanted to do something there. And that's all it's going to take to have power. And I flagged that power pole. See where my truck's at? That's where that old driveway's at. We'll be going down in there. But I wanted to, you can see where we came in at. The roadway down there. And I wanted to come up here because you have the Sangre de Cristos looking real nice up here. If you stayed up on top by the road and built something, you would have these Sangre views. And I don't know if you can tell, but we just came from the road over there. So if you came out on here, I'm gonna make the, I'm going down lower again. It's hard to get with the trees. It's a bunch of sandstone formations right there. You can see them in there. You're going to have these sandstone formations through, probably all through this lot up here, and of course as we get down by the canyon edge, yeah, these are neat. And more over there. Walk over. And there's elk tracks right there. Kind of hard to see. Rabbit. I can see the hoodoo, the big hoodoo that we first looked at over by the northern boundary. Over there through the trees. You can see it right there. We're just gonna stand up on these. Oh yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh, there's deer running down through there. Can't see them now. There go more of them. Yeah, you see them? Oh. Dog's a testifier. So we're looking down into the track. That area, old site's gonna be right over there. Okay, we're gonna go down to that old site. Okay, we're making it back to the top, still by the furthest northern corner. See the Sangre through there. Furthest northern corner on the road, just down there. But you can see the West Van Steek right there, and the east over there. You can see it through there. We're about to drive down to the site, and you just see the Sangres all along there. And you see the rocks are just on back over here. Okay. See the flag, and there's the driveway. It wouldn't take much to improve this. Basically just put some road base on it. Or start driving on it and squish it back down again, I guess. See, we're coming down to a site. You have some boulders there. We just drove in from. You can see how open this land is up here. I think you see more deer. See out that direction. Through the oak brush. Yeah, it's really nice and level in here. That's back towards the boulders we were just standing on. You can actually see them over there. This is going to get pretty close to the canyon edge, and I can see the Sangre de Cristo's peeking up just a little bit right there. Okay, before we get out and walk around a little bit, we drove down this, and we're sitting right here, and now we're facing back up this direction. And there's the road we came in on. So for the upper bench, we're sort of in the middle. You'll be over here a little bit. You can see these big sandstone formations along this rock wall, and we're going to be coming down this edge and walking around there a little bit. The hoodoos, the big hoodoos we just saw at the northeastern or the furthest northern pin along the road right here, and you can come right down into this valley with the road, and for good access down into your very large valley down here in the bottom. Like I say, there's this area, there's a lot of wildlife that love these private canyons like this, elk and deer. Okay, parked right there, and just we're gonna walk over the edge. This way you start picking up your sandstone formations. They're up on top, back up over here is the valley. This valley right here, coming up to that north corner is right over here, and this land goes that way, so it makes for a nice place to make trails or a road down through there. You can have nice. Well, got some really nice formations right out there. We're gonna walk out there. Well, cameras don't really do anything justice. You got a really nice grass valley down here. This wouldn't be hard to fence either if you wanted to. Or right there. See them? Right above that grass, see that white spot right along the line? The property boundary goes right across the top of those rocks, those boulders, and then cuts across, goes back up this direction. You can see what we're seeing is right here, across the valley there, and then you can see how much further it goes up around that corner a little bit. But this is where you'd bring these topo lines are so wide from the top all the way down through here. Nice way to have access to this canyon. A lot of times you don't have access to your canyons without, I don't know, blasting. Let me go out here. I'll say something else about this track and this valley. Since this track comes down to a valley like this, this area has an average of about 300 to 500 foot water wells. And if you're drilling up on one of these ridges, a lot of times you'll go 800 feet and you won't get anything. But when you have valleys, you've got a really good chance at a water well. And you could drill down in there and pipe it up here, or you could be out here towards this edge and drill, and you should get a good water well. The site we came from is right over there. Let's walk out on these. I don't want to turn the camera off and get to each location, but as I'm walking, it's all very interesting. So the property goes up that canyon just a little bit. The site's up there, a little higher elevation. We're coming down on this rock point. You can see down the meadow over here. Your valley. Wow. And there's an old windmill water well right there. Really old. That'll be really old. That'll be part of the ranch before it was divided up. Okay, leaving here. That's pretty neat. See in there. See on the map. Okay, so the old windmill water well right there. You can see that. And then the property boundary for the valley is over there. You can see we're standing right here, looking this direction to that big meadow over there. That old water well is just off the northern or the southern property boundary line over there. Actually, the southern boundary line, look at the map, is about between the water well and the Wet Weather Creek bed. we're coming out on this rocky point right there. So we'll have a valley on our right and the valley we're just looking at our left. Wow, I swear this is one of the prettiest tracks I've seen in 21 years. And it's amazing because there's not much on the market. This is anymore. This is looking up that valley. Property line is on top of those rocks over there, so we're looking up that little valley. Oh wow! And you can come up here. You go too fast. I just want to look at everything. Yeah, you can bring horses. Watch over them. Thin out trees all over the property, fence it well, or whatever else you want to do. Goats and sheep fencing. I'm gonna fly my drone down through these canyons. These rock ridges are neat. Okay, you can see some remnants of snow on that north facing slope across the canyon, and this track faces south, so that's really nice. The rock point we walked down on is that way. When I fly my drone, I'll show you the map one more time and try to keep everything, the drone, centered looking at the property along the property boundaries. There's my truck over there, so we went past. Okay, we're at the site location right here again, and I'm just going to fly my drone all over. So I'm not sure exactly what path I'm going to take, but if you notice the features, it's pretty easy to see. A little bit difficult will be this corner, but you have the cul-de-sac here with the south pin, and you have the northern pin up here by the road we drove in on into the ranch. And you can see the rock point we walked down on is right out here. For the site, it's just right behind us, and it's a very gentle, nice walk down through there to it. Okay, the road I couldn't remember when I was looking for Mountain Meadow Trace is Timberway. I said Timber Valley Way or something like that. Anyway, we're taking a right to go back out of the ranch, and I'll show you a couple shots there, and then we'll be through. Okay, we're coming to the dumpsters where we first came in the ranch off the canyon floor down below, off from Highway 12. We're gonna take a right and head back down. And this is what I wanted to show when we're leaving, is the Sangre de Cristo views when you're coming out Rancho Escondido. It's one of the prettiest ranches for the views, especially when you're just driving anywhere through it. Okay, if you're seeing this anyplace else other than my website, please go to ranchviews.com, ranchviews.com. I do this with all my properties, and I've got other properties on the site that you might like as well. It's pretty incredible, these sangres. So thank you for watching.